Lieutenant Olivia Shepard sat alone in the dark room. The only light came from the big screen in front of her. She looked through the space telescope at something strange in the sky. The military called it Anomaly 7. It had shown up 3 days ago. No one knew what it was. The object moved in ways that should not be possible. It slowed down from very fast speeds without any engines they could see. Now it just sat there high above Earth. It gave off a soft blue light that seemed to pulse like it was breathing. Olivia rubbed her tired eyes. She had been watching the object for 12 hours straight. Her brown hair was pulled back in a messy ponytail, and her uniform was wrinkled from sitting too long. The door opened behind her. Light from the hallway spilled into the dark room. "Dr. Morrison wants to see you," said a voice. It was Alexis Ward, who worked in the communications room. Her face looked worried. Did she say why? Olivia asked, standing up and stretching her stiff legs. "No, but Admiral Flynn is with her," Alexis said. Her voice was tight with worry. Everyone at the base had been on edge since the strange object appeared. Olivia walked quickly through the long hallways of Lunar Base Alpha. The base was the newest and biggest space station that orbited the moon. It was built for science, but lately, it felt more like a military base. In the briefing room, Dr. Samantha Morrison waited with Admiral Heather Flynn. Dr. Morrison was tall and slim with short black hair. She studied alien life, even though no one had found any yet. Admiral Flynn was older with gray hair and a face that never showed what she was thinking. "Lieutenant Shepard, please sit down," Admiral Flynn said. She pushed a tablet across the table. Olivia sat and looked at the screen. Her heart began to beat faster. "The object is sending a signal," Admiral Flynn said. "We translated it. It's asking for you, Lieutenant Shepard, by name." Olivia stared at the words on the screen. "Olivia Shepard. You don't remember me." "But I remember you. Prepare for retrieval." "This must be a mistake," Olivia said. Her mouth felt dry. "How would something from space know my name?" Dr. Morrison leaned forward. "That's what we need to find out. Have you ever seen or heard anything unusual in your past? Any lost time? Strange dreams?" Olivia shook her head. "No, I'm just a normal person. I grew up in Oregon with my parents. Went to the Air Force Academy. Nothing special." Admiral Flynn's eyes narrowed. "Well, something out there thinks you're special, Lieutenant." A loud alarm suddenly blared through the station. Red lights flashed in the hallway. "What's happening?" Olivia asked, jumping to her feet. "The object is moving," Dr. Morrison said, looking at her tablet. Her face went pale. They rushed to the observation deck. Through the large windows, they could see Earth below and the dark space beyond. The strange object was changing. It was no longer just a glowing ball. It was opening up like a flower blooming, revealing a ship inside. The ship shimmered with colors that seemed to shift and change as they watched. "It's a spacecraft," Admiral Flynn whispered. "An actual alien spacecraft." As they watched, something moved from the ship toward the station. It was a figure, floating in space without a spacesuit or any protection. The figure was surrounded by swirling lights. As it got closer, they could see it was shaped like a human woman, but too perfect, too graceful to be human. Her skin glowed slightly and her long hair floated around her head like she was underwater. "My God," Olivia said softly. "She's the most magnificent princess I've ever seen." The floating woman turned her face toward the window where Olivia stood. Olivia gasped and stepped back. The face looking back at her was her own face. Admiral Flynn grabbed her radio. "All security to the main airlock. We have a visitor." 20 minutes later, the being who called herself Princess Lyra Valtari stood in the station's largest meeting room. She no longer looked exactly like Olivia, but she was still beautiful in a way that hurt to look at. Her skin had a slight blue tint and her eyes were larger than human eyes. Her hair was white and seemed to float slightly, even though there was gravity in the room. "I apologize for alarming you," Princess Lyra said. Her voice was like music. "I changed my appearance to something more familiar. I thought it would help." "Help with what?" Admiral Flynn asked. She stood with her hand near her gun. "Help with preparing Olivia for what must come next," Princess Lyra said. She looked at Olivia with sad eyes. "Your world is in danger. The Carl Dominion has found you. They will be here soon." "Who are the Carl Dominion?" Dr. Morrison asked, recording everything on her tablet. "They are destroyers," Princess Lyra said. "They travel from world to world, taking what they want and leaving nothing alive. They have detected your nuclear power and your space travel. They have marked Earth for harvesting. The room went quiet. Olivia felt cold fear in her stomach. Why come to me? She asked. I'm not important. I can't help with aliens who want to destroy us. Princess Lyra smiled gently. But you can, Olivia Shepherd. You are more important than you know. Inside you are memories and abilities that have been sleeping. I am here to wake them up. I don't understand, Olivia said. You will, Princess Lyra promised. You must come with me to my ship, the Nemistary. There I can help you remember who you really are. Admiral Flynn stepped between them. She's not going anywhere until we get some real answers. Princess Lyra looked at the Admiral. Her eyes began to glow blue. I respect your protective instinct, Admiral Flynn, but we don't have much time. The Kuriel scout ships will arrive in 3 days. The main fleet will follow soon after. She waved her hand and a 3D image appeared in the middle of the room. It showed hundreds of black ships moving through space. This is the Kuriel fleet, Princess Lyra said. They have destroyed 16 civilizations in the last century alone. Earth has no weapons that can stop them. Admiral Flynn looked at the image for a long time. Then she turned to Olivia. It's your choice, Lieutenant. Do you want to go with her? Olivia looked at Princess Lyra. Something about her felt familiar, like someone from a dream she couldn't quite remember. If I go with you, Olivia said, will it help save Earth? It's the only hope your world has, Princess Lyra said. Olivia took a deep breath. Then I'll go. Princess Lyra's ship, the Nemistary, was unlike anything humans had ever built. From the outside, it looked like a giant flower made of metal and light. Inside, it felt alive. The walls glowed softly and seemed to breathe. The floors were warm under Olivia's feet. This ship is alive, isn't it? Olivia asked as they walked through a long hallway. In a way, Princess Lyra said. The Nemistary is part machine, part living being. It grows and heals itself. It can think and feel. Dr. Samantha Morrison had insisted on coming with them. She walked behind Olivia, touching the walls and taking pictures with a small device. This technology is amazing, she said. It's centuries beyond what we have on Earth. Princess Lyra led them to a large room in the center of the ship. The room was round with a ceiling that showed the stars outside like there was no roof at all. In the middle of the room was a chair that seemed to be made of the same living metal as the rest of the ship. Please sit, Princess Lyra said to Olivia. Olivia looked at the chair nervously. What will happen if I sit there? I will help you remember, Princess Lyra said. Your mind holds memories from another life. Memories that are not human. Dr. Morrison stepped forward. What do you mean, not human? Are you saying Olivia is an alien? Princess Lyra smiled gently. In a way. Olivia was born human, but her spirit has lived before. In my world, Olivia felt dizzy. This was too much to take in. I don't understand. I'm just a normal person. Sit, Princess Lyra said again, and you will see. Slowly, Olivia sat in the strange chair. It felt warm and comfortable, like it was made just for her. As soon as she sat down, the chair began to glow with the same blue light as Princess Lyra's eyes. Close your eyes, Princess Lyra said softly. Olivia closed her eyes. At first, nothing happened. Then she began to see images in her mind. They were like dreams, but clearer, more real. She saw a beautiful city with tall towers that reached into pink clouds. The buildings were made of the same living metal as the ship. She saw people who looked almost human, but with skin that glowed slightly and large, beautiful eyes. She saw herself, but different, taller, more graceful. She wore armor that moved like it was alive. She stood next to Princess Lyra on a balcony looking out over the city. Do you see? Princess Lyra's voice came from far away. I see a city, Olivia said. Her voice sounded strange to her own ears. I see myself, but different. That was your home, Princess Lyra said. That was you in your past life. Your name was Naravel. You were the commander of the Royal Guard. My protector. The images changed. Now Olivia saw terrible black ships in the sky above the beautiful city. The ships looked like giant sea creatures made of dark metal. They fired weapons that tore holes in the air itself. The Kuriel, Princess Lyra's voice explained. They found our world. They attacked without warning. Olivia saw herself, Naravel, fighting the invaders. The armor she wore moved with her like a second skin. She carried a weapon that fired blue light. But there were too many enemies. We lost that war, Princess Lyra said sadly. Our world was destroyed. Only a few of us escaped. The images changed again. Now Olivia saw small pods like metal eggs being sent into space. Inside each pod was a sleeping child. We sent our children to safe worlds, Princess Lyra explained. To worlds the Kuril had not yet found. Your spirit was placed in one of those children. You were sent to Earth to grow up human, hidden from the Kuril. Why? Olivia asked. Why hide me on Earth? Because you were special, Princess Lyra said. You carried something inside you. Knowledge, power, the ability to activate ancient defenses that were hidden on Earth long ago. The chair stopped glowing. Olivia opened her eyes. Princess Lyra stood in front of her, looking down with concern. Do you understand now? She asked. Olivia nodded slowly. Her head hurt, and the room seemed to spin a little. I was someone else before. Someone from your world. Yes, Princess Lyra said. You were Naravel, the greatest warrior of our people. And my closest friend. Dr. Morrison looked confused. Are you saying there are alien defenses hidden on Earth? That Olivia can control them. Yes, Princess Lyra said. Long ago my people visited Earth. We saw potential in humans. We knew that someday the Kuril might find this world too, so we left defenses sleeping until they were needed. What kind of defenses? Dr. Morrison asked. A shield, Princess Lyra said. A barrier that can surround your planet. Strong enough to hold back the Kuril fleet, but it needs to be activated by someone with our blood, our DNA. Someone like Olivia, Dr. Morrison said, understanding now. But I'm human, Olivia said. I was born on Earth. Your body is human, Princess Lyra agreed. But the patterns in your mind, the way your brain is structured, those came from your past life. That's why I found you. I've been searching for centuries, looking for the children we sent away. Olivia stood up from the chair. Her legs felt weak. So what do we do now? How do I activate these defenses? First, we need to go back to Earth, Princess Lyra said. The defenses are hidden at special places around your planet. Places humans consider sacred or mysterious. Like where? Dr. Morrison asked. The pyramids in Egypt, Princess Lyra said. Stonehenge in England. The Nazca Lines in Peru. Many others. At each place there is a device waiting to be turned on. And I can turn them on? Olivia asked. Yes, Princess Lyra said. But first you need to remember more. You need to become more like Naravel again. How do I do that? Olivia asked. Princess Lyra pointed to another door. Through there is a special chamber. It will help your mind remember everything from your past life. It will be difficult and painful, but when it's done, you will have all of Naravel's knowledge and skills. Olivia looked at the door. She felt afraid. Will I still be me? Will I still be Olivia Shepherd? Princess Lyra looked sad. You will be both Olivia and Nara, 2 minds in 1 body. It will not be easy. Dr. Morrison stepped forward. This sounds dangerous. Maybe we should think about this more. We don't have time, Princess Lyra said. The Kuril scouts will reach Earth in 2 days. The main fleet will arrive 1 week after that. If the defenses are not active by then, your world will die. Olivia took a deep breath. Then I don't have a choice, do I? I have to do this. There is always a choice, Princess Lyra said gently. But yes, the future of your world depends on what you decide. Olivia looked at Dr. Morrison. Tell Admiral Flynn what's happening. Tell her we need to prepare for an attack. Dr. Morrison nodded. I will. But be careful, Olivia. Olivia turned back to Princess Lyra. I'm ready. Let's do this. Princess Lyra opened the door. Beyond it was a small room with a pool of glowing blue liquid in the center. You need to get in, Princess Lyra explained. The liquid will connect with your mind. It will help you remember. Olivia looked at the strange pool. Will it hurt? Yes, Princess Lyra said honestly. But I will be with you. I will help you through it. Olivia took off her shoes and jacket. Slowly she stepped into the pool. The liquid was warm and thick like honey. It glowed brighter when she touched it. Lie back, Princess Lyra said. Let the liquid cover you completely. Don't be afraid. You can breathe in it. Olivia lay back in the strange liquid. It covered her body, then her face. She held her breath at first, but when her lungs began to burn, she had to breathe. To her surprise, the liquid flowed into her lungs easily. It didn't hurt or feel like drowning. Then the memories began to flood her mind. Not gentle images like before, but a torrent of information. Lifetimes of knowledge and experience all at once. It was too much, too fast, Olivia screamed, but no sound came out in the liquid. The pain was terrible. It felt like her head would explode. Then she felt a hand holding hers. Princess Lyra had entered the pool too. Her touch helped. The pain lessened. I'm here, Princess Lyra's voice sounded in Olivia's mind. I'm with you. Let the memories come. Don't fight them. Olivia stopped fighting. She let the memories flow through her. Slowly, the pain faded. The chaos in her mind began to organize itself. Two separate lives, Olivia Shepherd and Naravel, started to come together like pieces of a puzzle. After what seemed like hours, the liquid began to drain away. Olivia sat up, gasping as the liquid flowed out of her lungs. She felt different, stronger. Her mind was full of new knowledge. Princess Lyra helped her stand. How do you feel? Olivia looked at her hands. They looked the same, but they felt different. Like they knew how to do things her human self had never learned. I feel more, Olivia said. I remember things. I know things I didn't know before, Princess Lyra smiled. Good, you are ready now. It's time to save your world. The Nemestari ship flew back to Earth. Olivia stood at the front window watching her home planet grow larger. But now she saw it with new eyes. Her mind held memories of 100 different worlds. Earth looked beautiful but also fragile. It's strange, she said to Princess Lyra, who stood beside her. I remember growing up in Oregon. I remember my human parents. But I also remember a city with pink skies and buildings that sang in the wind. Both memories are real, Princess Lyra said. Both lives are yours. Dr. Morrison joined them at the window. Admiral Flynn has called a meeting with world leaders. They're waiting for us in Egypt near the Great Pyramid. It was the closest location to a defense point. Olivia nodded. She could feel it now, a pull from the pyramid. Something ancient and powerful slept there, waiting for her. We should hurry, she said. The Karel scouts will be here soon. The ship landed in the desert near the pyramids. A group of military vehicles waited for them. Admiral Flynn stepped forward as they left the ship. Lieutenant Shepherd, she said, then stopped. You look different, it was true. Olivia still looked human, but there was a new grace in how she moved. Her eyes had a slight blue glow in the dark. I am different, Olivia said. But I'm still me, Admiral. I'm still loyal to Earth. Admiral Flynn nodded slowly. The world leaders are inside a tent near the pyramid. They're waiting for you to explain what's happening. Inside the large tent, 20 people sat around a table. They were presidents, prime ministers, and generals from the most powerful countries on Earth. They all looked worried and tired. Princess Lyra stepped forward. The room went quiet as everyone stared at her. She looked alien and beautiful in the harsh lights of the tent. My name is Princess Lyra Valtari, she said. I come from a world that was destroyed by the same enemy that now approaches Earth. I am here to help you fight them. How can we trust you? Asked one of the leaders, a woman with short gray hair. You appear out of nowhere with warnings of an alien invasion. This could be a trick. Princess Lyra waved her hand. A 3D image appeared above the table. It showed the solar system and at its edge 3 black ships moving toward Earth. The Karel scout ships, she said. They will reach Earth in 24 hours. Your telescopes can confirm this. A military general looked at a tablet, then nodded. She's right. We've been tracking 3 objects moving at impossible speeds. They'll reach Earth tomorrow. Princess Lyra continued. The scouts will test your defenses. 1 week later, the main fleet will arrive. Hundreds of ships. They will strip your planet of all resources, including all life. The room erupted in worried voices. Olivia stepped forward. We can stop them, she said loudly. The room quieted again. There are defenses hidden on Earth. They were placed here long ago by Princess Lyra's people. I can activate them. How? Asked another leader, a tall man with dark skin. The defenses are located at special sites around the world, Olivia explained. The Great Pyramid is one. Stonehenge is another. There are 12 sites in total. At each site, there is a device that can generate a protective shield around Earth. If these defenses exist, why haven't we found them? The gray-haired woman asked. They are hidden deep underground, Princess Lyra said. And they only respond to specific genetic codes. Olivia carries those codes. Admiral Flynn stood up. I've seen enough to believe them. We need to organize teams to visit each of these 12 sites immediately. The leaders talked among themselves. Finally, they agreed to help. They would provide transportation and security for Olivia to visit each site. We should start here at the pyramid, Olivia said. I can feel the device calling to me. The group moved to the Great Pyramid. Tourists had been cleared from the area. Olivia walked to the base of the huge stone structure and placed her hand on it. She closed her eyes. In her mind, she could see the device deep below the pyramid. It had been sleeping for thousands of years. She sent her thoughts to it, using knowledge from her past life as Naravel. Wake up. It's time. The ground began to shake gently. A section of stone at the base of the pyramid slid open, revealing a dark passage. Follow me, Olivia said. She walked into the passage without hesitation. Princess Lyra, Dr. Morrison, and Admiral Flynn followed her. The passage led deep underground. The walls were covered with strange symbols that glowed faintly when Olivia passed by. Finally, they reached a large chamber. In the center was a crystal pillar that reached from floor to ceiling. This is it, Olivia said. The first defense node. She approached the crystal pillar and placed both hands on it. The crystal began to glow with blue light. Olivia closed her eyes again. She could feel the device connecting to her mind, reading the genetic memory in her cells. Activation sequence beginning, she said. Her voice sounded different, older, and more formal. Defense Node 1 coming online. The crystal pillar pulsed with light. Energy flowed from it into the walls and floor. The whole chamber hummed with power. What's happening? Admiral Flynn asked. The shield generator is waking up, Princess Lyra explained. It's drawing power from deep within the earth. Olivia opened her eyes. They glowed bright blue like Princess Lyra's. Node 1 is active, she said. We need to reach the other 11 sites within 24 hours. The shield cannot be completed until all nodes are awake. They left the chamber and returned to the surface. The military had prepared planes to take them to the other sites around the world. We'll split into teams, Admiral Flynn said. Olivia, you and Princess Lyra will go to the most important sites. Dr. Morrison and I will lead other teams to the rest. Olivia nodded. The most important sites are Stonehenge, the Nazca Lines, and Mount Fuji in Japan. We should go to those first. What about these scout ships? Admiral Flynn asked. Will they attack before the shield is ready? Yes, Princess Lyra said. They will test your defenses. Your weapons may damage them, but you cannot destroy them completely. We must have the shield ready before the main fleet arrives. Teams of soldiers, scientists, and government officials boarded the waiting planes. Olivia and Princess Lyra returned to the Nemistary ship, which could travel much faster than any Earth aircraft. As they flew toward England and Stonehenge, Olivia looked at the stars. Somewhere out there the Carol were coming. She could almost feel their hunger. What if we can't activate all the nodes in time? She asked Princess Lyra. Then we fight with what we have, Princess Lyra said. But I believe in you, Olivia. You were the greatest warrior of my people in your past life. You will not fail. The ship landed near Stonehenge as the sun was setting. The ancient stone circle looked small and simple, but Olivia could feel the power hidden beneath it. Like at the pyramid, she placed her hand on one of the stones and sent her thoughts into the earth. Another passage opened and they descended deep underground. There they found another crystal pillar. Olivia activated it just as she had done at the pyramid. The process was faster this time. Her mind was remembering more, becoming more like Naravel with each activation. Node 2 is active, she announced. 10 more to go. They returned to the ship and flew to Peru to the Nazca Lines. These strange markings in the desert had puzzled humans for centuries. Now Olivia understood their true purpose. They were a map showing the location of the third defense node. As they landed, Olivia's communication device beeped. It was Admiral Flynn. The scout ships have entered Earth orbit, Flynn said, her voice tense. They're scanning the planet. How many nodes have been activated? Only 2 so far, Olivia replied. We're about to activate the third. How are the other teams doing? 4 teams are in position at their sites, Flynn said. The rest are still traveling. We're moving as fast as we can. Keep going, Olivia said. We need all 12 nodes. She and Princess Lyra quickly found the passage under the Nazca Lines and activated the third node. As the crystal pillar came to life, Olivia felt a shift in her mind. The memories of Naravel were becoming stronger. Her human memories were fading slightly. Lyra, she said as they returned to the ship, I'm changing. I can feel it. I'm becoming more like Nara and less like Olivia. Princess Lyra looked at her with sad eyes. It's the activation process. Each node you connect with pulls more of Naravel's consciousness forward. Will I lose myself completely? Olivia asked. Will Olivia Shepard disappear? No, Princess Lyra said, taking Olivia's hand. The 2 parts of you will find balance, but it may be difficult for a while. As they prepared to fly to the next site, a bright flash lit up the sky. One of the Carol scout ships had fired a weapon at Earth. The beam hit somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, creating a massive explosion. "They're testing our strength," Princess Lyra said. "They want to see how we respond." Earth's military forces fired missiles at the scout ships. The explosions looked impressive but did little damage to the alien vessels. "We need to hurry," Olivia said. "The shield is our only hope." They flew to Japan to Mount Fuji. The fourth node was hidden inside the volcano. Activating it was more difficult. The heat was intense and the crystal pillar was partially damaged by lava flows. "I can fix it," Olivia said. She placed both hands on the broken crystal and closed her eyes. Energy flowed from her body into the pillar, repairing the damage. It took longer than the other sites, but finally, the fourth node came online. The blue shield around Earth glowed in the night sky. People everywhere looked up in wonder and fear. News channels showed the 3 Carl scout ships circling the planet like hungry sharks. Their black shapes were visible against the stars, alien and threatening. In the chamber beneath the Great Pyramid, Olivia, Princess Lyra, Admiral Flynn, and Dr. Morrison sat around a small table. They were planning their next move. "The shield is holding," Admiral Flynn said, looking at a tablet with status reports. "The Carl scouts have attacked it 7 times. They can't break through." "Yet," Princess Lyra added, "they are learning with each attack, finding weak points, and the main fleet will have much stronger weapons." Olivia nodded. Her mind was now a balanced blend of her human self and Naravel, her past alien identity. She understood the Carl better than any human could. "The Carl never give up," she said. "They've spent centuries perfecting their attacks. They'll find a way through our shield eventually." "So what's this weapon you mentioned?" Admiral Flynn asked. "The one that requires a sacrifice?" Princess Lyra looked at Olivia, her eyes sad. "The Nemestari is not just a ship. It's a living being, created from the last energies of our dying world. Inside it is the power to create a quantum cascade effect." "What does that mean?" Dr. Morrison asked. "It means the ship can create a chain reaction that collapses space itself," Olivia explained. "It would destroy the Carl fleet completely. Nothing could survive it." "That sounds like exactly what we need," Admiral Flynn said. "The problem is the cost," Princess Lyra said quietly. "To trigger this reaction, the ship needs to merge with 2 living pilots. Their life energy powers the cascade." The room went silent as everyone understood the meaning of her words. "The pilots don't survive," Olivia said, her voice flat. "Their consciousness becomes part of the reaction." Admiral Flynn looked troubled. "There must be another way." "There isn't," Princess Lyra said. "And it gets more complicated. The pilots must have a specific genetic structure. They must be of royal blood." "Your blood," Dr. Morrison said to Princess Lyra. "Yes," Princess Lyra agreed. "I must be one of the pilots. But 2 are needed, and I am the last of my royal line." Olivia looked at her hands. "They seem to glow slightly in the dim light of the chamber. Except I carry some of your genetic patterns now. The activation of the nodes changed me." Princess Lyra reached across the table and took Olivia's hands. "Yes, you could be the second pilot, but I would never ask that of you." "This is not your war, Olivia." "It is now," Olivia said firmly. "The Carol are threatening my home, my planet, my people. I will do whatever it takes to stop them." Admiral Flynn stood up suddenly. "No, there has to be another solution. We can't ask you to sacrifice yourself, Lieutenant." "You're not asking," Olivia said. "I'm offering." Dr. Morrison shook her head. "We need time to think about this, to explore other options. Time is the one thing we don't have," Princess Lyra said. "The main Carl fleet will arrive in 6 days. Once they're here, they'll break through the shield within a week." A soldier entered the chamber. "Admiral Flynn, we've detected movement." "The Carl scout ships are leaving orbit. They're moving back toward the edge of the solar system. They're going to meet the main fleet," Princess Lyra said, "to report what they've found here." Admiral Flynn looked grim. "How long until they reach the main fleet?" "At their speed, about 3 days," the soldier replied. "Then we have 3 days to come up with a better plan," Admiral Flynn said. "I refuse to accept that sacrifice is our only option." For the next 2 days, teams of scientists and military experts from around the world worked on the problem. They studied the shield technology. They analyzed the Nemestari ship with Princess Lyra's permission. They searched for any alternative that might work against the Carl fleet. Olivia spent most of this time in the Nemestari, connecting with the ship's systems. With her dual nature, part human, part alien, She could understand the ship in ways even Princess Lyra couldn't. On the evening of the second day, Olivia found Princess Lyra standing alone on the ship's observation deck. Through the transparent ceiling they could see the stars and the blue glow of the shield around Earth. "You've been avoiding me," Olivia said. Princess Lyra turned. Her eyes were sad. "Yes, I have. Why?" "Because every time I look at you I see two people I care about," Princess Lyra said. "I see Olivia Shepherd, a brave human who deserves to live a full life. And I see echoes of Naravel, who was more than just my protector." "We were close, weren't we?" Olivia asked. "Nara and you?" Princess Lyra smiled softly. "Yes, very close. In my culture, the royal family and their personal guards form deep bonds. Deeper than friendship, almost like family. But more than that for us," Olivia said. It wasn't a question. She could feel the truth in her memories. Princess Lyra nodded. "We were to be joined in what humans might call marriage." The ceremony was scheduled for the day after the Karil attacked. "We never got the chance." Olivia moved closer. "That's why you searched for me for so long. Why you came to Earth." "I spent centuries looking for all the children we sent away," Princess Lyra said. "But yes, I looked for you the hardest. I never stopped hoping I would find you again. And now you have," Olivia said, "only to lose me again if we use the quantum cascade weapon." Princess Lyra touched Olivia's face gently. "I would rather face the Karil with conventional weapons than lose you a second time." Olivia caught Princess Lyra's hand and held it. "But that would mean losing Earth. Billions of people would die. We can't let that happen." Before Princess Lyra could respond, Admiral Flynn's voice came over the ship's communication system. "Princess Lyra, Olivia, please come to the command center immediately. We've detected something approaching Earth." They rushed to the Pyramid Command Center. Admiral Flynn and Dr. Morrison were looking at a large screen that showed the solar system. A red dot was moving rapidly toward Earth. "One of the scout ships has returned," Admiral Flynn said. "It's coming in fast." "That's not possible," Princess Lyra said, studying the screen. "The scouts should still be traveling to meet the main fleet. Could it be something else?" Dr. Morrison asked. Princess Lyra touched the screen, zooming in on the approaching object. "No, it's definitely a Karil vessel. But it's moving strangely. Its path is erratic. It's damaged," Olivia said, looking at the data. "We hit it during our fight. It must have broken away from the others." "What's it doing?" Admiral Flynn asked. "I think it's going to crash into the shield," Princess Lyra said. "It's a suicide attack." They watched as the damaged scout ship accelerated toward Earth. It hit the shield at full speed. The blue energy barrier flared brightly at the impact point. For a moment, it looked like the shield would hold. Then the scout ship exploded. The blast was much larger than it should have been. "They overloaded their engines," Princess Lyra said. "Created a matter-antimatter explosion. A hole appeared in the shield where the ship had hit. It was small, but it was growing. The shield is failing at that point," Dr. Morrison said, pointing to the readings on another screen. "The blast damaged 3 of the energy nodes. Can we repair it?" Admiral Flynn asked. Olivia closed her eyes, reaching out with her mind to the shield network. "I can feel the damage. The nodes in Peru, Japan, and Antarctica are offline. We need to reactivate them. How long will that take?" Admiral Flynn asked. "Hours," Olivia said. "Maybe a day. But that's not our biggest problem." "What is?" Dr. Morrison asked. Olivia pointed to the hole in the shield. "Before the scout ship hit, it sent a signal. A message to the main fleet. It told them exactly where to hit us." Princess Lyra looked grim. "The main fleet will change course now. They'll head straight for that weak point." "How long until they get here?" Admiral Flynn asked. "At their top speed, less than 2 days," Princess Lyra said. The room fell silent as they absorbed this news. "We need to split up," Olivia said finally. "Admiral, you and Dr. Morrison need to organize teams to repair the damaged nodes. Princess Lyra and I need to prepare the Nemestari." "Prepare it for what?" Admiral Flynn asked, though she already knew the answer. "For our only chance to stop the Karil," Olivia said. "The quantum cascade weapon." Admiral Flynn looked like she wanted to argue, but instead she nodded. "I'll get the teams moving. But I want you to know, Lieutenant Shepard, that I consider it an honor to have served with you." Olivia smiled. "The honor is mine, Admiral. Now let's save the world." As Admiral Flynn and Dr. Morrison left to organize the repair teams, Olivia and Princess Lyra returned to the Nemestari. "We need to make preparations," Princess Lyra said. "The merger process is complex. It requires specific mental and physical states. Show me, Olivia said. Princess Lyra led her to a room deep in the heart of the ship. The room was circular with two chair-like structures in the center. The chairs faced each other and were connected by glowing tubes to the walls and ceiling. These are the pilot integration pods, Princess Lyra explained. When activated, they connect our consciousness directly to the ship's systems. Our minds and life energy become part of the ship. This allows us to trigger the quantum cascade. Olivia approached one of the chairs and touched it. The chair responded to her touch, glowing brighter. On Earth, people watched the sky with fear and hope. The blue shield still glowed around the planet, but everyone knew it was weakening. The news showed images of the approaching Coral Fleet. Hundreds of black ships moving toward Earth like a storm of death. In the command center beneath the Great Pyramid, Admiral Flynn and Dr. Morrison monitored the situation. Screens showed the Nemestari ship as a small blue dot moving toward the much larger mass of the Coral Fleet. They're almost in position, Dr. Morrison said, her voice tight with emotion. The Nemestari is approaching the center of the Coral Formation. Admiral Flynn nodded. Her face was stern, but her eyes showed her sadness. Lieutenant Shepard and Princess Lyra are true heroes. Their sacrifice will save billions of lives. Suddenly, all the screens flickered. A wave of strange energy appeared on their sensors, expanding outward from where the Nemestari had been. What is that? One of the technicians asked. The quantum cascade, Dr. Morrison said. It's happening. They watched in awe as the energy wave engulfed the Coral Fleet. Ship after ship vanished from their screens, not exploding, but simply ceasing to exist. It's working, Admiral Flynn whispered. The Coral Fleet is being destroyed. The energy wave continued to expand, moving faster than anything they had ever seen. For a moment, there was fear that it might reach Earth, but it stopped expanding just at the edge of Mars's orbit. Where the wave stopped, something strange remained. It wasn't exactly a cloud or a nebula. It was more like a shimmering area of space where reality seemed different. It glowed with soft blue and white light, pulsing gently like a heartbeat. The Nemestari? Dr. Morrison asked. Is it still there? Admiral Flynn checked the readings. No, the ship is gone. So are Lieutenant Shepard and Princess Lyra, but that, whatever it is, that's where they were. For days, scientists studied the strange phenomenon. They called it the Shepard-Valtteri anomaly, after the two who had created it. It didn't behave like anything known to physics. It seemed to exist partly in normal space and partly somewhere else. 1 month after the Coral Fleet was destroyed, Dr. Morrison was working late in the command center. Most of the staff had gone home. The crisis was over and life on Earth was returning to normal, but Dr. Morrison couldn't stop thinking about Olivia and Princess Lyra. As she stared at the screen showing the Shepard-Valtteri anomaly, something changed. The pulsing light began to form patterns. At first she thought she was imagining it, but soon it became clear. The light was forming shapes. 2 figures dancing among the stars. Olivia? Dr. Morrison whispered. Princess Lyra? The light pulsed brighter for a moment, as if in response. Then the figures faded, returning to the general glow of the anomaly. Dr. Morrison called Admiral Flynn immediately. I saw them, she said when the Admiral arrived. Just for a moment, but I saw them. Admiral Flynn looked skeptical. You've been working too hard, Doctor. You need rest. No, I'm sure of it, Dr. Morrison insisted. They're still there inside that anomaly. Not alive as we understand it, but not gone either. They've become something new. After that, others began to report similar sightings. Astronomers watching the anomaly saw patterns in its light. Sometimes it formed images that looked like 2 women dancing. Sometimes it created beautiful geometric patterns. Sometimes it seemed to respond to radio signals sent from Earth. 1 year after the Kuril attack, the United Nations established the Shepard-Valtteri Space Defense Initiative. Its mission was to study the anomaly, to learn from the alien technology that had saved Earth, and to prepare humanity for potential future threats from space. Admiral Flynn was appointed as the first director of the initiative. Her first action was to establish a permanent research station near the anomaly. The station was named Nemestari, in honor of the ship that had carried Olivia and Princess Lyra on their final mission. Dr. Morrison led the scientific team at the station. They studied the anomaly day and night, trying to understand what it was and what had happened to Olivia and Princess Lyra. I don't think they died, Dr. Morrison told Admiral Flynn during one of her visits to the station. At least not in the way we understand death. I think they transformed. They became part of the quantum fabric of the universe itself. Admiral Flynn looked out the window at the glowing anomaly. Do you think they're conscious? Do they know we're here? I believe they do, Dr. Morrison said. The anomaly responds to our presence. It changes when we send signals. It's like they're trying to communicate with us, but they're speaking a language we don't understand yet. 5 years passed. Earth had changed dramatically. The knowledge gained from studying the alien technology had advanced human science by centuries. New energy sources, new materials, new understanding of physics, all derived from what Princess Lyra had shared and what was learned from the shield nodes. Humanity was reaching out to the stars now. The first colony ships were being built, preparing to take humans to other solar systems. And always, the Shepard Valtari anomaly watched over Earth like a guardian. On the 5th anniversary of what had come to be called the Salvation Day, Admiral Flynn stood on the observation deck of the Nemestari station. She was older now, her hair more gray than black, but she still stood straight and proud in her uniform. Next to her was Dr. Morrison, now the most respected scientist in the world. They watched as a special message was beamed toward the anomaly. It was a simple message of thanks, sent on behalf of all humanity to the 2 heroes who had saved Earth. As the message was sent, the anomaly began to change. Its light grew brighter. Patterns formed within it, more complex than any they had seen before. Look, Dr. Morrison said, pointing. Do you see it? In the swirling lights of the anomaly, 2 figures appeared. They were clearer than ever before. One was Princess Lyra, still regal and beautiful. The other was Olivia Shepard, looking both human and not, transformed by her merger with the ship and the cascade. The figures seemed to dance among the stars, their movements graceful and joyful. They reached toward each other, their hands touching. Where they touched, the light grew brightest of all. They're happy, Admiral Flynn said softly. They're together. The figures turned toward the station. For a brief moment, it seemed like they were looking directly at Admiral Flynn and Dr. Morrison. Then they smiled. 2 radiant smiles full of peace and joy. A message appeared on the station's communication system. It wasn't in any language humans used, but somehow the computer translated it. We are here. We are watching. We will protect you always. Then the figures faded, returning to the general glow of the anomaly. But something had changed. The anomaly was no longer just a passive phenomenon. It had become active, reaching out tendrils of light toward the station, toward Earth, toward the ships that were preparing to take humans to the stars. They're going to help us, Dr. Morrison said, her eyes wide with wonder. They're going to guide us as we go to the stars. Admiral Flynn nodded. Guardians just as they were in life. 10 years passed, then 20, then 100. Human civilization spread throughout the solar system and beyond. Colonies were established on distant worlds. New species were encountered, some friendly, some not. Through it all, the Shepard Valtari anomaly remained. It moved through space, following humanity's expansion. Sometimes it appeared above colonies in times of crisis, its light bringing hope. Sometimes it intervened when new threats emerged, its strange energy disrupting hostile actions, and always, those who watched carefully could sometimes see 2 figures dancing among the stars, a human woman and an alien princess, together for eternity, guardians of the civilization they had saved. On Earth, in what had once been Egypt, a great monument stood where the command center had been. It showed 2 women standing back to back, their hands reaching toward the stars. One was human, wearing a military uniform. The other was clearly alien, wearing royal garments. At their feet was a simple inscription, Olivia Shepard and Princess Lyra Valtari. They gave their lives so billions could live. They became something greater, so humanity could reach the stars. Look up and remember. And above the monument, visible on clear nights, a faint blue light shimmered in the sky, a reminder of 2 heroes who had become legends, who had transcended death itself to become something eternal and beautiful. In schools across 100 worlds, children learned the story of the human lieutenant and the alien princess who fell in love across space and time, who found each other against impossible odds, and who saved humanity through their sacrifice. They learned how Lieutenant Olivia Shepard had looked upon Princess Lyra for the first time and said, "She's the most magnificent princess I've ever seen," not knowing that their destinies were already intertwined, that they had loved each other in another life, and would love each other again in a form beyond physical existence. And on quiet nights when the stars shone bright, People throughout human space would sometimes look up and whisper thanks to the two guardians who watched over them still. Two souls who had found each other across the vastness of space, who had given everything to save a world not originally their own, and who now danced among the stars for eternity.